Hey everyone, welcome back to the Jay and May English podcast. I'm May, and today we are talking about something that sounds like a total dream.
It really does. Hello, I'm Mr. J. Today we are asking, can you actually learn English while you are sleeping?
I really hope so. I want to know if I can just put on my headphones, go to sleep, and wake up speaking like a pro. Is it actually possible, Mr. J?
Well, it is not magic, but there is real science behind it. This topic matters because if we can use our rest time to improve, it changes everything for a busy beginner.
I'm definitely busy, so by the end of this episode, what will our listeners actually learn to do?
You will know the exact routine to prime your brain for overnight learning and the specific types of audio that actually stick in your memory while you snooze.
That is a skill I need right now. Before we dive into the science, if you want to improve your English with us every week, make sure to subscribe to the Jay and May English podcast.
We love having you here. Now, let's get into it. To understand learning while sleeping, we have to talk about passive listening.
I know that one. That means hearing a language without focusing on it 100%, right? Like having the radio on while I cook.
Exactly. Sleeping is like the ultimate version of passive listening. When you sleep, your brain is not off. It is actually very busy sorting your memories. This is called consolidation.
Consolidation. That sounds like a big word. Does it mean organizing?
Precisely. Think of your brain like a library. During the day, you throw new books on the floor. At night, the librarian, your brain, puts them on the right shelves so you can find them later.
So, if I listen to English while I sleep, am I giving the librarian more books to shelf?
Not exactly more books, but you are giving the librarian a reminder. Research shows that if you study a new word during the day and then hear it while you are in a light sleep, your brain tags it as important.
Oh, so it's not about learning brand new things, but making the things I already studied much stronger.
Spot on. This is where most learners fail. They try to listen to advanced topics they don't know at all, hoping to wake up smart. But if you don't know the words yet, your brain just hears it as noise.
So I shouldn't listen to a nuclear physics lecture in English tonight.
Definitely not. For a beginner, the simple trick is to listen to things you already understood about 50% of during the day.
That makes sense. It's like a review session that happens while I'm dreaming. But wait, won't the noise wake me up? I need my beauty sleep, Mr. J.
That is a very important point. If the volume is too high, you won't get into deep sleep. Deep sleep is vital for your health. You want the audio to be like a whisper.
Like a gentle breeze.
Yes, it should be just loud enough that you can hear it if you're awake, but quiet enough that it fades into the background.
I'm curious about the deep sleep part. If I'm in a very deep sleep, can I still hear the English?
Your ears still work, but your brain is less likely to process the sounds for memory. The best time is during REM sleep or light sleep. This is why the timing of your audio is vital.
This is fascinating. I always thought my brain just shut down like a computer, but it's more like a night shift worker.
Exactly. And for beginners, this night shift worker is very good at practicing pronunciation and rhythm. Even if you don't remember the words, your brain is getting used to the music of English.
The music of English. I like that. You mean the way the voice goes up and down?
Yes, we call that intonation. By hearing it for hours while you rest, your ears become familiar with the sounds. Familiar means you know it well because you have heard it many times.
So, if I become familiar with the sounds, will I sound more natural when I speak during the day?
Very likely. You're training your subconscious. That's the part of your mind that works without you thinking about it.
I want a smart subconscious. Okay, so we know it helps with memory and rhythm, but what should the audio actually be? Is it a story? A list of words?
We'll talk about the content secret in a moment, but first, we need to make sure we are not making the biggest mistake beginners make.
What is that? I want to avoid mistakes.
The mistake is thinking that sleep learning replaces day learning. It's a boost, not a replacement.
Ah, so I still have to study with you during the day. No shortcuts?
No shortcuts, May, but this boost can make your day study feel 200% easier.
I'll take that deal. 200% easier sounds like a dream come true.
It really is. Imagine waking up and feeling like a word is stuck in your head in a good way. That's the power of sleep reinforcement.
Okay, I'm ready to learn how to set this up properly. What's the first step?
The first step is all about the golden window. This is the period of time right before you drift off. Most people waste this time scrolling on their phones, but for an English learner, this is prime time.
The golden window? That sounds fancy. Is that the time when our brain is getting ready to shut down for the night?
Exactly. As you get sleepy, your brain waves slow down. You enter a state where you are very relaxed and open to new information. This is the perfect time to listen to the audio you want to sink in during the night.
So if I listen to a short English story while I'm brushing my teeth and getting into bed, that helps?
It helps immensely. You are telling your brain, hey, this is the last thing we talked about today, so keep it in the front of your mind.
It's like giving the librarian a sticky note. But I have a question. Should I use speakers or headphones? I've heard headphones can be uncomfortable.
That is a great practical question. Comfort is vital. If you are uncomfortable, you won't sleep well, and if you don't sleep well, you won't learn. Many people use sleep headphones, which are like a soft headband with flat speakers inside.
Oh, I've seen those. They look like a sweatband for the gym, but for sleeping. That sounds much better than hard plastic in my ears.
Much better. Now, let's talk about the content. This part is vital. You shouldn't just play a random English movie. You need a curated playlist.
Curated? Does that mean specially chosen?
Yes. For a beginner, a curated playlist should have three things: familiar vocabulary, a calm voice, and repetitive patterns.
Repetitive patterns. You mean like things that repeat over and over? Like, I am eating, you are eating, he is eating?
Exactly. Repetition is the mother of learning, especially in sleep. When your brain hears a pattern repeated in a calm, steady voice, it starts to map out the grammar without you even trying.
That sounds so effortless. I love the idea of mapping out grammar while I'm dreaming about pizza.
Well, you might even start dreaming in English. That is a very common sign that the method is working.
Wait, really? If I dream in English, does that mean I'm becoming fluent?
It means your brain is starting to process English as a natural language rather than a foreign one. It's a huge milestone.
I can't wait for my first English dream. But Mr. J, what if I choose audio that is too fast?
That's a common trap. If the speaker is too fast or too loud, your brain treats it like an alarm clock. It keeps you in a state of high alert. You want someone who speaks clearly but slowly.
Like the way you speak?
Perhaps. A calm, professional tone is best. Now, here's a simple trick for you. Use a sleep timer.
A sleep timer? You mean so the audio turns off after a while?
Yes. You don't necessarily need the English playing for all 8 hours. The most effective time is the first 2 to 3 hours of sleep. After that, your brain needs total silence to recover deeply.
That's a relief. I was worried my phone battery would die every night. So I set it for 2 hours and then it goes silent?
Exactly. This protects your sleep quality. Remember, a tired brain cannot learn anything the next day.
So we have the golden window, the soft headphones, the
the calm, repetitive audio, and the sleep timer. Is there anything else we need for the perfect setup?
One more thing, the morning recall.
Morning recall. That sounds like a detective movie. What is it?
It is what you do the moment you wake up. To make the sleep learning permanent, you should listen to the same audio for just 5 minutes while you are waking up or drinking your coffee.
Oh, it's like closing the loop. I heard it before sleep, I heard it during sleep, and now I'm confirming it while I'm awake.
You nailed it, May. That confirms the memory. Without the morning recall, the books the librarian shelved might get dusty and forgotten.
I don't want dusty English. I want fresh, ready-to-use English. This actually feels like a real system I can use tonight.
It is very practical, but I have to warn you, some people try to skip the daytime part and only do the sleep part. Most learners fail here because they forget that sleep only strengthens what is already there.
Right, I have to put the books in the library during the day so the librarian has something to work with at night.
Exactly. If the library is empty, the librarian has nothing to organize.
That makes so much sense. I'm going to start picking my sleep playlist today. Should it be the same things we learned in our lessons?
That is the best way to start. Listen to our podcast episodes or simple dialogues you've already studied. It turns the new into natural.
I'm feeling really motivated. I thought learning English had to be all hard work and sweat, but this feels peaceful.
It should be. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. If you can make it peaceful and part of your lifestyle, you will never quit.
I love that. A marathon is a long race, right? So we just need to keep going steadily.
Exactly. And using your sleep time is like having a power-up in a video game. You're moving forward even when you are resting.
A power-up. I love it. So what are we going to talk about next? I want to know more about the specific words that work best during sleep.
We are going to dive into the vocabulary hack, the specific types of words that your brain loves to memorize during sleep.
The vocabulary hack? That sounds like a secret code. I'm dying to know. What kind of words should I be putting in my sleep playlist to get the best results?
It's simpler than you think. Your brain loves high-frequency phrases and action verbs while you sleep. These are the building blocks of the language.
High frequency. So words that we use all the time, like eat, sleep, go, and want?
Exactly. If you try to learn very rare words like flabbergasted while you sleep, it won't help you much in daily life. But if you reinforce the words you use 80% of the time, you start to speak much faster.
That makes total sense. I want to be able to say the common things without thinking. This part is vital because I usually get stuck trying to remember simple verbs.
We all do when we start. Another great tip is to listen to short stories told in the first person. That means stories using I and me.
Why does that help more than a story about him or her?
Because when you hear, I am walking to the park while you are dreaming, your brain often internalizes it. It feels like you are the one speaking.
Wow, so I'm basically practicing speaking in my sleep without even moving my mouth?
In a way, yes. You are building the neural pathways for those sentences. It's like a rehearsal for your real-life conversations.
A rehearsal. I love that. It's like practicing for a play while I'm resting in bed. But Mr. J, what about the morning recall we mentioned? Is there a special way to do it?
Yes. When you wake up, don't just listen passively. Try to shadow the audio.
Shadow? Does that mean following it like a shadow?
Exactly. Listen to a sentence and repeat it immediately. If the audio says, I would like a coffee, you say, I would like a coffee, right after.
So I hear it in my sleep and then I speak it when I wake up. That really locks the English in my brain, doesn't it?
It does. It moves the information from your passive memory to your active memory. Passive means you understand it. Active means you can use it.
I definitely want more active memory. I have so many words in my head that I understand, but they never come out of my mouth when I'm talking to people.
That is the #1 struggle for beginners. Using sleep as a tool to bridge that gap is a game changer. Just remember to be patient with yourself.
Patient, right. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I won't wake up tomorrow sounding like a Hollywood star, but I will be a little bit better than I was yesterday.
That is the perfect mindset, May. Even a 1% improvement every night adds up to a huge change after a few months.
I'm so glad we talked about this. I used to feel guilty for sleeping when I should be studying, but now I feel like sleep is part of my study plan.
Never feel guilty for sleeping. It is the most productive thing you can do for your brain.
Well, I've learned so much today. We talked about passive listening, the golden window before bed, using soft headphones, setting a sleep timer, and the importance of morning recall.
And don't forget the consolidation process, the librarian in your brain, putting those English books on the shelves.
I'll never forget the librarian. Let's quickly recap some of the cool words we used today for our listeners.
Great idea, May. We had consolidation, which is organizing and strengthening memories. Then we had familiar, which means knowing something well.
And we had intonation, which is the music or the rise and fall of the voice. Oh, and subconscious, the part of our mind that works without us thinking.
Excellent list, May. You've been paying close attention.
I'm just excited to go to sleep now. This has been such a fun episode. Thank you so much for explaining the science behind it, Mr. J.
It was my pleasure. I hope all our listeners find a peaceful and effective way to bring English into their dreams tonight.
Me too. We want to hear from you guys. Do you think you could learn English while you sleep, or do you need total silence? Let us know in the comments.
We look forward to reading your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe to the Jay and May English podcast for more tips every week.
Sweet dreams and happy learning. See you in the next episode. Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.